Okay, today is another adventure day. This is third Creative Craft Stilty Quilty Stitch Show of the year. Last time I did a bingo card, I was with Jess. This time I'm on my own. So we're looking for a soft, gentle, quiet day. I'm going to compare the two, shadow in different places. I'm going to compare the three that I've been to, and I'm going to go to another one this year as well, so we can see number one, free parking here. Number two, the ticket price is way cheaper, and I got it for a special price of £3. I am going to set myself a few challenges, not bingo card level, but I am going to try and find some pink stripy fabric and also try and keep my spend under £50, which I feel is there's enough to choose from without feeling that I don't have any choice. Who knows, but I'm on my own, so let's see how it goes. Next tip, it's a big long drive to get in and you might have to drive across the grass. Okay, so I've just arrived. Observation number one, very casual entry, accessibility parking, very short walk to get in and plenty of space. Lots of wide aisles. I've already spotted rainbow fabrics. You've got a real mix of the fabric shops and the craft shops together, which gives it a different vibe as well. Wow, it's a big cafe area with plenty of seating. So I don't know if you can hear me okay, there is the sound of an aeroplane in the background, but I'm heading back to the car now, and I think I'll sit in the car and give me my initial verdict, and then I'll show you what I got. My hands are quite full, I have to say. I'm not sure I stuck to the budget. I'm pretty sure I've gone over my budget, but them's the way we roll. I nearly got lost trying to find my car. It was very deceptive once other cars were in. I just knew I'd driven across the grass and I was parked on tarmac, so it narrowed it down. Did find it, I'm in it. Right, initial thoughts, very different. Less clothes fabric choice than even the festive quilts. But that's okay. Oh, another aeroplane. Because honestly, I don't want to keep going places where all I'm doing is buying fabric. This had a huge amount of button choice and haberdashery, which was really nice. There was a lot more small businesses, which was great, because I think probably the stalls here are more like cost effective for smaller stalls. There was companies here who don't even have a website. I was able to do multiple loops, which was nice, because sometimes when a place is too busy or too big, you can't, and so you don't see it all. And like on my third loop, I saw these gorgeous like little fabric squares with like beautiful images in them, and I was like, I didn't see that the first two times round. And sometimes when a show is too busy, you just can't take it all in. but sort of around lunchtime it sort of quietened down a bit, I think, where people went to eat. They opened up an additional seating area. Much respect. So if you want to go somewhere with plenty of seating, the ability to go round multiple times without feeling overwhelmed. There was just this one bit that got busy, but apart from that, I was able to talk to the stall holders. I met the lovely Mark Francis. I had a lovely chat with the lady with the beautiful illustrated squares on her stall. Random people chatting to me about my dress. And yeah, I was on my own and it felt nice. It didn't feel like I was lonely. And I didn't feel like it was too much. I do like other crafts, and actually I bought some bits for like wreath making that were way better priced than online, and I hate having to search and find those things on Amazon. So actually coming here with a list of what I want to do for like my autumn winter crafts would be perfect. It's perfectly timed at the beginning of September. So overall, my response was, when I first went in, I was a bit like, not much here, because I felt like I'd looked at it within about 20 minutes. But actually, I went and sat and had some lunch, and then I did a couple more loops, and I actually felt it was different enough to make it worth coming to. But I'm going to head home now, and then I will show you what I got, and we'll do a full rundown of comparing it to the other ones I've been to.
There's lots of different things that are happening in her account that she is trying to...
So, first of all, I am not counting in my budget anything that was for the Advent gift for someone. So I won't be showing you some of those bits either. Let's have a look. So 10, 12, 40, 50, 56, 78, 58, 88. Okay. Pop goes the budget. Right, let's have a look. So in this bag, get the cardigan out, I have some bits for wreath making, way better value than I have found anywhere, including these. These were £1 each. You can't get those as £1 online each, and a good size green wreath in there. Then I found a store called Lily's Fabric. They do have an online shop, but they said they don't have as much stuff online, but they go to most of the shows. I've never seen them before. They had really lovely quality double gauze for £7.95 a metre, and I wanted a black. I know, it's not like me to want black. I wanted black to make like a nice soft sort of billowy sleeve top. So I got black double gauze, and then on the floor, always worth looking on the floor underneath the tables at these things, I found this nice heavyweight denim with a printed flower design on it. I felt the colours would work really well with lots of things. I don't think it's got no stretch, so it's a nice stable denim. So I've got 1.5 meters of that. Can't remember how much. Oh, hang on. Don't know, can't remember. Wasn't cheap, but it wasn't ridiculous. So then let's go in here. Now I found at Lady McElroy a fabric that I bought ages ago that I have been trying to buy more of, and I haven't been able to find it anywhere, and it's this gorgeous one. And they had it there, and I said to him, I haven't been able to see this online, so he says he's going to send me the link. But I've always wanted to have a bit more of that, so I was quite happy to buy that and bust my budget, because I have been looking for this. I just love it. It's a lawn, and I just love the print on it. So then I found this lovely store. I can't show you all of these, but let me tell you the name of the stall. It was called Shoot Lane, spelled like this. And her name is Vicky. I had a really lovely chat with her. She is the designer and illustrator. Says each creature is created by hand. I hand paint the illustrations and then digitise them. Had a lovely chat, really nice lady. And British Sewing Award. She had these. They were like individual squares. You could buy bigger, but look that. So these are going to be part of a project that I am planning towards the end of this year. I can show you this one. Look at the goldfinches. And this one. So they're really, really lovely. She had a wonderful selection. If you've got anyone in your life who likes wildlife, anything like that, beautifully done. And I bought a little scraps bag because she does quilt them and things. And I thought these would be fun added into these. Like, look at the little bit of the kingfisher. I just thought these would be really fun to use in different bits. A little magpie there. There we go. And what I would say is it was small enough that I could do multiple loops, and she was one of the stalls that I've never seen before. She says she's at them, but because I had time to do multiple loops, I found her. I had a lovely chat, as I mentioned, with Mark Francis, and he was showing me his patterns, and I have fallen in love with the cape. It's going on my Mate 9. Yeah, he has some nice patterns. He does a lot of Doctor Who things as well. There was a stand that had a lot of things for like £1, so I can show you one of the things I picked up. It was 8 card blanks for £1. I was like, I couldn't quite believe it when I took them to pay for them, but it was true. And yeah, and just like these little wooden tags, it's perfect when you're just making things for £1. Can't show you those, can't show you those, or I can show you these. So, this stall was like a sweet shop for me. I've not seen them before, I've never heard them, I don't know how I haven't. They're called Spellbound Bead Company. I feel like Kate saw them at the Knit and Stitch show, because they do the lovely like baubles with beading. Ooh, they have a YouTube channel as well. Oh, their beads were just glorious, and it took me back to the days when I used to make jewellery and sell it. Look at this little guy. And I will be making myself a pair of earrings with these. Oh my goodness. Got some other bits, some of them I can't show you because again, I thought their prices were very reasonable for what they had. They had a gorgeous variety there, really lovely shop. I went back again to have a second look because it was like so much in one go. And as I say, I thought very reasonably priced. Then on another stall, I found what I wanted, this was the Southampton bead shop. Again, I'd never heard of them and I can't believe I hadn't. And I got the hoop earring bits because I can attach those. And then I just found a stall that had like, blazing sunshine. The moon coat for the 125, and they had a few bits which I can't show you. So let's do, apart from being blinded by the sun, let's do overall verdict. So ease of parking, cost of parking, tick, tick. Parking was free, parking was easy, really close by, not a big, long, massive walk. Now, obviously, public transport might be trickier. I don't know, let me see what obviously it depends on where you're coming from. Yeah, that would have been a faff for me. I'd have had to go into London and then back out. So yeah, not great for me, although it says that's because of strikes and things, so maybe it's not so bad. But if you drive or go with someone who drives, great. What I would say is when you put in Farnborough International, Google takes you to one bit and then it's quite a drive round to the other bit. But there was a yellow sign to follow for creative crafts, so it was gate F, and once you're inside it's a bit of driving as well. So if you're not confident in those things, you might think, am I going the right direction? Look out for the yellow directional signs, or look up what gate it is before you go, because there's a lot of gates, and Google took me to one bit when actually I was nearby, but I had to drive all the way around to get into it. So a big tick all round for, they had accessibility parking, easy to get inside, and not having to pay for parking as well. Ticket cost is it's cheaper than the others. I think at full price it's £12. They had an offer and I paid £3 for my ticket. It's a tick for that. Temperature, space, ambience inside. Temperature was perfect. I was in this sleeveless top. There were people walking around with the fans, but I did not think it was over hot. I dressed for the weather. It's 22 degrees Celsius today and sunny, as you can see here. But I didn't think it was ridiculously hot. So I would give it a tick for temperature. Carpeted, which makes it so much better. Doesn't echo. Nice wide aisles. Loved that. So I think all around that, the feel, the ambience of the place. And an extra tick for how close and easy the toilets were, and the fact that they just opened up extra seating rooms where you could just sit and it was quiet and you could see the whole air landing strip and the planes, and you didn't feel rushed, and there was plenty of... all the seating was over one side, so it didn't have the ambiance of the seating spread out like the Festival of Quilts, but there was plenty of it, so tick for that. Food choices, not so strong. Birmingham, way better food choices and more variety, better quality. I had a mozzarella cheese panini, tomato mozzarella. I ate it because I was hungry. You know, sometimes when you eat something and you're not massively enjoying it, but you don't hate it, so you eat it because you're hungry. That was it. They had jacket potatoes, sausage rolls, paninis, cake. The people opposite me were eating some cake. They seemed to quite enjoy it though. Some sandwiches. I probably would have been better with a sandwich, but I fancied a hot panini. So I would say the food was better at Birmingham, but the ease, and there was no queues or anything. And there was no queue when we had lunch at Birmingham either. So not quite comparable. Birmingham a bit higher, I would say. And the Festival of Quilts was the best one. Choice. The choice is really different. So every single show I've been to is different. What I liked about this one was there was more haberdashery stuff. There was some stalls there that were like selling like bargain price things, like those card blanks. There was some random stalls, like a cheese company. I found that a bit tricky, but maybe they just filled them because they hadn't filled them. I liked that it wasn't all just fabric, because sometimes it's just, I just feel like buy fabric, and I don't need to buy a lot of fabric. I feel that it has its place in with the others in terms of, yes, I like the time of year, and I would definitely go again for buying crafty bits that I like to do sort of in the autumn/Christmas time. There was a lot of classes, there was a brother stand, a Janome stand, there was lots of people on their stalls doing little like demo like activities with people. So if you like to have a go or you like to book a class and that sort of thing, there was a lot. So it was very well covered for that. People really enjoying, like a lot of the stalls had like little tables where people were making one. There was people like with big long tables at theirs. There was like a marbling stall. There was a lot. So if you like to have a go and be led by the person who runs the stall or the business, it was great for that. So that was a big thing that I really noticed there. There's a tiny little exhibition of a few bits. I feel like they could really expand into that area with more having some displays of things. I think that they could work. There was no catwalk at all, not even an option of a show or like a bigger talk. So I thought that's something that they haven't got that is elsewhere. So which one, I don't know that I could pick. So far, I think my favourite has been the Festival of Quilts, followed by, I think this one, because I felt very overwhelmed last time at the Birmingham one and ended up leaving and going into the centre of Birmingham because I was just feeling too overwhelmed. Because sometimes if it's too big, you can't do multiple loops and you can't go back to a stall that you had a little browse at. This one, I had a really good chat with a lot of people. I had a good chat with a couple of stall holders. One lady who was running a course approached me and talked to me about my outfit. I I had a chat with the lady at Lily's Fabrics about her fabric and what she got online. I felt I got to know the store holders a bit more at this one. Now because I've been on my own before, so I don't think it's that. I feel like there was a pace that meant they were happy to chat. Yes, definitely. So I liked this one for that feel. I think that if you want a huge show with a lot of choice, this wasn't the one. But I don't need a lot of fabric dressmaking choice. I've got plenty. I know I've bought 3 pieces today, but this one was one I've been looking for ages. The black double gauze I wanted, and I prefer to buy in person because you can feel the quality of the double gauze. So I actually only bought one random fabric. I wasn't expecting to buy beads, but I liked being surprised by the lovely choice. I think that the Festival of Quilts had a lot more in terms of different quilting things. This one had the other more, there was a lot of haberdashery and a lot of tools at this one. But what I liked at this one is I think the cost of the stand is probably lower, which meant that there were smaller businesses there that I've never seen. And I liked that. I liked that it wasn't just the big main businesses, because I know that some of them are really expensive to go to. So I am going to the Knitting and Stitch Show this year. I have been very kindly given a ticket by the Knitting and Stitch Show, and they have given me a code to share with you all if you would like to go and would like a bit of money off your ticket. So let me find it. Here we go. So the Knitting and Stitch Show, she has sent me a discount code, unsurprisingly, Sequin Girly. Now, important here, it's £2 off a standard adult or concessions ticket. You can't use it on a VIP, child or group ticket or on the Saturday. The offer expires on the 28th of September. Booking fees apply, but you can also use it on the Harrogate ticket, so you don't have to use it on the London one. Again, same rules apply, and that closes on the 9th of November. So I will put all of this below, but if you'd like to get a little bit of money off, then that's that. I don't get any pushback from that, but what they have done is very kindly given me a complimentary ticket to go. It means I can do a really good comparison then to that one. I will then be able to say right across the board, what do I think? And I'll compare it to those ones. I'm already a little bit trepidatious about the transport part, so I'll be looking into that. And obviously I've not been, but I've seen a lot of other people go to that one. But this one, I left home at 9 o'clock. I was home by 3 o'clock. To me, that's a dream day out. I got there just after it opened, so there was no queuing to get in. I had a good couple of hours there. I got in the car, got home before rush hour, and now I've got afternoon and evening to do so. So I've not worn myself out, which I don't like to do. So that works for me for that reason. Hello to the lovely lady who gave me a hug. I'm so sorry, I've forgotten your name. She was in the US and she came up to me and said, "Oh, I watch you. So hello, lovely to see you." Yeah, so unexpected, but I'm glad I went.